gotta go.
No. What do you...
Just start.
No.
We'll be done in a second.
Okay.
Are you doing Tiny Tower too?
No.
Don't hit things. Don't try to ruffle that. I know how you do things with your feet. I don't like the feet tricks.
What's the feet tricks?
That's you.
What are feet tricks?
Like when you pick up things like a monkey with your feet.
Yeah.
How often do I do that?
All the time, Andy.
I don't think so.
God, I hate when... He always acts like he's different on the podcast and he doesn't realize it.
I don't think so.
Welcome to the Average Gamer Podcast, episode 4. I am Chris. You are?
Drew.
Shane.
Okay, no one's drinking anything today, guys. Because, surprise, we're in a guest studio. Shane, would you like to talk about the studio?
It's
The worst.
Well, no, it's really great. There's more ambiance.
There's not. There's just underwear everywhere and
Star Wars.
And Andy Warhol posters.
A random Irish flag.
Yes.
A light that doesn't work.
this place sucks.
The art of someone you don't like on the wall.
Yeah. What happened to Britney Spears posters I got you?
They went in the garbage.
Wow, you threw away?
Shane.
What are we talking about first?
Well, it was going to be Britney Spears posters. That's what I have on the notepad here, but...
We can't talk about that anymore.
I guess he's hurt. Should we get right into it?
Yes.
Should we get into news?
That was first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So... Okay, so we've been talking often about this new dynamic's messing me up because it's just like, all we gotta look at is Shane.
I feel like I'm interviewing Cheyne.
Okay, go.
He's like some king lounging in his bed.
What have we been talking
Tell
about?
me about this game.
We've been talking about potential next consoles. Obviously, we know the Wii U is coming out at the end of the year, and then there's been only speculation and rumors about the future Xbox and the PS4, correct?
Yeah.
We all caught up on that, Andy?
I haven't read anything this week.
Rumors.
I'm talking about like last week.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Okay, so we're all good. Well,
Is there news information?
new little news from the French.
Oh no.
I don't know if it's a coincidence or what, but one from Microsoft and one from Sony.
They probably heard our podcast.
That's what I'm guessing. So the French marketing director of Microsoft France says this. We're an industry that talks a lot, that likes telling stories. I am not convinced that things will happen this year. The Xbox 360 cycle is not over at all. The proof is that we haven't had a price cut this year. Afterward, what will happen at E3, it's still too early to say. What's certain is there will be nothing new in 2012.
So there was nothing new coming.
He's claiming. Now, of course, this is not official announcements.
True.
Just some French guy.
Just some French, high up Microsoft French guy. And also, Sony. This is a Sony France CEO.
See, it's just these French people talking about stuff.
I know. I don't know. I don't get. Okay, the Wii is under time pressure because it's in a decline. As far as we're concerned, we're under a lot less pressure. We were the last to release the PS3. We will probably be the last to announce something. Hence, if Microsoft's not announcing anything this year,
They're not.
and Sony's not going to either.
I didn't expect that.
Because there's no reason to.
The Wii U's definitely coming out at the end of the year, though, according to Nintendo.
Yeah, well, I mean that one's different
Because the Wii's on decline.
They've shown
That's
everything
research.
about the Wii U. We know that that's the next one.
Yeah. It's going to be weird, though, that, because now the, launches will be very stagnant. Whereas, okay, PS2 came out first, and then it was Xbox and GameCube, a year later.
Mm-hmm.
And then this generation, Xbox got a year jump. This time it's going to be Nintendo getting a year jump.
Oh no.
So it switched. The worry, of course, though, is that the Wii U, by the time the others come out, will be just, completely underpowered.
They're not going for power.
Yeah, but they kind of, said they kind of were this time.
And they're doing their strategy wrong because the Wii was so successful and it was like a cell phone.
Nintendo off the radar for me. I don't care anymore.
Mario.
You will when you have little Chris
Mario.
kids.
Little Chris kids.
I'm not having kids.
You may not want kids.
Game over.
You may not want kids.
Alright. Oh, okay. Kaz Hirai. Okay? He was like the head Sony guy. Okay? He also said that,
The person's name?
yes. Wait, we have more on Kaz coming up.
Kaz?
Kaz.
Like a person.
Kaz
K-A-Z.
Hirai.
Okay, just a
Oh,
Japanese
he's
guy.
big.
The Japanese guy. He's not the French one, I'm sure.
No. But he said he's high up in Sony. We'll get to it.
Okay.
He was head of Sony PlayStation. He said, I've always said... Oh, no!
Oh, that's gross.
This is going to be the worst technical podcast of all time.
Sorry.
Gross.
He says, I've always said a 10-year life cycle for PS3, and there's no reason to go away from that.
Burn.
So, it looks like that.
When did it come out? Is it like halfway?
Yeah, I think it's like only halfway.
That's what I expected.
But I mean, obviously they can still launch a console with a life cycle similar and all.
Yeah.
But,
You just hit it at the end.
yeah. But, okay, so should we get... Shane, you want to hear Kaz news?
Yes. The Japanese man.
Yes.
Okay.
Brilliant. I love Shane's little bullets of things he's
The
played.
Japanese. Well, yeah.
Okay, so he
He's
was...
keeping with the French and the Japanese.
He was...
I know.
He was head of PlayStation. Okay, and it's not a good time in the gaming world, guys.
Why?
Oh, no.
The economy's down.
So?
We all thought the video games would be exempt from the economy, but they have not been.
Okay.
So,
What's cause harassing?
Sony has announced that Kaz Hirai will take over as president and chief executive officer of Sony, according to Bloomberg. Meaning he is now ahead of Sony.
What did he used to be?
He was just like the,
Some guy.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, this announcement comes in wake of Sony posting a massive net loss of $2.03 billion during its third financial quarter, October to December. So during October to December, they lost $2 billion.
Oh.
Sony global, like total, not just PlayStation.
Like TVs.
Yeah, TVs, everything Sony does. And they blame it on a bad economy
Well, yes.
and market interest.
Yes.
So anyways, Kaz is now stepped up and he is now president and CEO of Sony. And he's pretty cool. He always talks at the E3 press conference. He's the one, Andy, you might know, he's the one that goes, "It's Ridge Racer." You have no clue, do you? You have no
I don't
clue.
know what you're talking about.
Oh.
I watched the PlayStation.
Google it, viewers. Google it.
Ridge Racer.
Kaz Ridge Racer. It's at E3, he like announced for PSP that there'd be a new Ridge Racer, and he goes like, he thought it was going to be this huge announcement, so he's like, it's a great Sony franchise, like all these things, and he goes, "It's Ridge Racer." And no one reacts. So suddenly he just goes, "It's Ridge Racer!" And everyone's like, yay! It's a famous YouTube video.
Yeah.
So, not only is Sony struggling, the Wii's actually struggling as well. Nintendo's making no money on it right now. Obviously because there's no games, but also...
I feel like everybody who wants one has one
Yeah,
now.
so they're in trouble there. That's why they're trying to get the Wii U out fast. Microsoft's alright, I guess. But yeah. But, THQ, did you hear?
The THQ guy about the used games?
No.
Oh, then no.
THQ has essentially hit an all-time new low.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm. Shane, do you know of THQ?
I don't know who they are. Sometimes I play video games that says THQ on this video game before it starts.
Okay,
so.
they're a publisher and developer.
Okay.
Okay, known for WWE games, Saints Row, Red Faction, UFC, Warhammer,
So nothing
Homefront,
really.
Saints
And-
Row?
Saints Row,
That's something.
and a ton of licensed games. Like every kid's licensed game ever, like Nicktoons crap and stuff like that. And I think they had like a deal with Disney and stuff. So they make all these things. Well, they have now laid off 240 employees, and the CEO is taking a 50% pay cut for a year.
Whoops.
Their stock is now trading at 0.564 as of this morning, and NASDAQ has issued...
You're talking 56 cents
Yes.
per share.
I don't do stocks, yeah. 56 cents a share.
Or it fell by 0.5%.
No, it's at 56 cents a share.
Oh, okay.
Buy it up.
1 year ago in January it was 6.3.
Dollars?
Yeah.
Buy it up.
Yeah, buy up THQ.
Well, NASDAQ has issued THQ a delisting notice for trading under the minimum of $1 for 30 consecutive days.
Oh, shit.
So they've been under $1 for 30 days or more.
burn.
They have 180 calendar days or until July 23rd to regain compliance.
Business will burn.
So their stock's so low that they might get removed from the NASDAQ market unless they move it up. Which has resulted in a major change at THQ. as I said earlier, the pay cut, 240 employees laid off, and now they are going to, according to the CEO, focus solely on important games, core games. So, the Saints Row,
Good.
I don't know about Red Faction, but
Yeah,
they're having Darksiders 2 come out. They have a couple of successes.
you
with
like
Warhammer.
Darksiders, didn't you?
Yeah. WWE and UFC stuff. But all kids' licensed games,
Good.
gone.
The new UFC game looks cool.
Isn't there a demo?
I don't know, but it's cool looking.
Where'd you get this from?
Because I saw a commercial and it looks really cool.
No. Problem with those games is how you control
You press A to punch,
them. Oh,
Thanks, Shane.
B to kick,
that's it. I forgot that's all you do.
and they fall over and you win.
No, UFC is a really strategic
So AAB is to do a special punch. Simple things like
I don't want
that.
to talk about UFC.
But anyways, so THQ, they're trying to save their asses right now. They are you okay, Shane?
Yeah, I thought I heard something.
Shane thought he heard something.
I don't know. You could buy it up now, or then you just go under and you could lose money.
Yeah. There's also a horrible rumor that
Business with Tom Cruise.
there's a rumor that all their 2014 titles were canceled.
That'd be sad.
That's in 2 years from now.
Yeah, but that came in wake of all this nonsense. There was a rumor of this. They later said that this is
That's
not
not true. That's not true.
Are you thinking of new Saints in 2014?
No.
I mean, they did well
Yeah, buddy.
on that game. That's one of their best sellers this year. It is they're that, and I think it was the WWE or one UFC.
Well, that's because it was crazy awesome.
Sold couple mil. So
Crazy awesome.
that's the only stuff they made money on. Red Faction's kind of gone down the toilet.
That was fun on Nintendo 64.
Okay, Red Faction started at PS2.
Whatever.
Can I say a funny story?
Sure.
Because it sounded like it was raining, so I looked up to see if it was actually raining,
Yes.
and it is. And then
Hilarious story.
That's a good
One
one.
of the best.
no, I'm not done. And then if you go to the video center of the Weather Channel app, the
Okay.
top story is police chase runaway city goat on the Weather Channel, and all the other stories are rain and look at this snow. But the number one story is police chase runaway city goat. It's kind of funny.
Is goat a...
No, because I see a picture of a goat running around the field.
I don't know.
What does that have to do with weather?
That is odd for weather.
How Chris tried to spin it, make it not weird.
Why
Is that the global?
Find the other side of the story.
Maybe it was it was raining, so the fence is really wet, so you can slip out of it.
Maybe.
Maybe a tornado picked him up and threw him across.
Or that.
Maybe it's raining goats. See what I did there?
No,
Yeah.
explain it.
Andy, come on.
I didn't do anything.
Don't be like that.
Go.
So yeah, THQ, they're in trouble. They're reinventing themselves.
That's okay with me.
Me
I
too.
approve.
Alright. Next topic. We have talked about the Vita. No Super Bowl commercial this year, unfortunately, but
Was there supposed to be?
no, but
I saw one commercial and it was a half ad before, right after a basketball game.
Yeah,
right
they keep
before,
doing,
commercials.
brought to you by
Yeah, that's the only time I've seen it.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's coming out February 22nd. It's 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Still no marketing whatsoever.
I don't understand.
I mean, when PS2 comes out, it's everywhere.
Don't understand.
No marketing still, really. But luckily, one of our sad points, we were talking about the memory cards,
Sad points?
knocks against the Vita.
Okay, yes.
We're talking the memory cards, and that, okay, it was a $300 price tag, but then you would have to buy this memory card that Sony made proprietary.
Yes.
So you essentially would have to do a thing. Well, for the North American launch, luckily they have GameStop and Amazon have listed a $300 PlayStation Vita 3G bundle. So you have to buy a 3G version.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of the $250 version. But it comes with, oh gosh, an 8 gigabyte memory card, a voucher for a free PlayStation Network game, and a free month of 250 megabyte 3G service from AT&T. So basically, the 3G services, you're doing it monthly. You buy it from AT&T, but this 8 gigabyte memory card would already cost you over $50.
Mm-hmm.
So you already made your money back on the bundle there. No.
So buy bundles.
I mean,
Moral of the story, if you buy a Vita, buy a bundle.
Well, then it's you have no reason not to buy the 3G version if you want a memory card.
Yeah.
So a lot of these people that weren't going to buy a 3G version are kind of pissed that they pre-ordered it.
Oh, I see.
But it's still...
I guess that's a good way to get your people into buying 3G ones, so then AT&T's going to get your
Well, a lot of people...
$3G.
That's why when the memory card thing was announced, a lot of people did complain about it, so I think they are trying to make up for it.
I would too.
Especially because this one, they're really pushing for digital games.
So you need a big...
Yeah, so
Just-
kind of...
They're all digital, or is it some of them?
I think you can buy them. It's just that it's also on store online. So yeah, I still think that's a really good price though for what that is.
I agree.
I think PSP launched at $4 or
I
something.
got a PSP just to play God of War. I own 2 games. It's the 2 God of War ones.
There you go. Oh, there's rumors of God of War 4, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going to happen is I'm not going to have any friends who have a PS3. When that comes out, I'm going to have to go buy one.
Well, maybe it won't even be a PS3 game.
It'll be a PS4 launch game, and then I buy a PS4.
Oh
Or you can buy it on eBay.
no! Brilliant.
I'm still buying it.
Brilliant. Alright, so
I'll be totally fine with that.
release news this week. We got, well, tomorrow, Tuesday. Tomorrow the 7th?
Yeah.
I believe. So we have The Darkness 2.
I played the first Darkness.
Don't know what that is.
The first, 10 minutes of that game, I got so sad.
Why? What
Did
happened?
you play it?
No.
I-
played the demo.
I'm trying to remember if I remember it right, but there's you can kind of skip it, I think, but it's this intro scene of you having dinner with your girlfriend, and you can hit A to change the channel, and you watch TV with her, and it's just you guys are all oh,
She dies.
in love and stuff, and then I think these people break in and execute her right in front of you, and they're or do something sort of like that, something to where they spent the time a longer time than you would expect setting up the fact that you guys had a really nice relationship, and they just destroyed everything, and then I played an hour of that game and I got bored of it.
Yeah, there's
I just remember the first 10 minutes was set up pretty well.
there's a demo for the sequel out that is the beginning of the game, the first level.
Mm-hmm.
So spoilers, but it's pretty cool because you're starting I think they probably wanted to replicate that because you go through this whole entire restaurant.
Yeah, and it's really
Yeah, and it's really detailed
Yeah.
and people eating dinner and stuff.
Mhm.
And then you sit down with these two, I'm pretty sure they are women of the night. And you sit down and then a car crashes through the building and kills them right in front of you.
Yeah, it was.
And then you're
That's
bleeding on the ground being pulled by your
Yep,
hands.
that's exactly how that first one started, but it was your
It
girlfriend.
could be good. This time it's the first one was forget who developed her, but this first one was Starbreeze.
Starburst.
No, Starbreeze, which is making Syndicate, Andy. Coming
I
up
don't
the
know what's in it.
22nd.
And it's gonna be a shitty game.
Syndicate. A
Now,
Syndicate?
Andy, I know you were assigned to play the demo for Syndicate that came out.
Yeah.
Did you play it?
No, I didn't. I tried. I spent probably 40 minutes trying to play.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it.
I turned
Let's
it
hear your
on,
excuse.
and I did the thing. I picked my character, I set the game up. It starts me in the car with those people.
I mean, you're in an aircraft, so obviously you didn't get far.
Whatever. I'm in something, a little space they're going to let me
I
out
think it's
of.
an aircraft. That could have
I
just been
thought,
a fool.
yeah, I think it's a truck, a tank truck.
Okay.
And I'm sitting around with some other people. I wait 3 or 4 minutes till my whole car fills up with people.
Are these real life people?
Because it was only a co-op online
Yeah,
mission.
they have a co-op mode.
And then it lets me out of the car, and this gunfight happens, and then it gets all stuck in lag where everybody else has a 2-second little movement, and I can just walk all around. So I walk up to this guy, and he's reloading, but he just continually reloads, and I was in the middle of reloading, so I just kept reloading,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden my game goes, and then it goes Syndicate coming
Yeah,
out this day.
I was throwing, okay, I played the demo and I didn't have as many problems except for halfway through the host dropped. But the demo doesn't tell you that. It just, what he's talking about, it instantly just goes to this video. So I thought it was the end of the mission. Because you're suddenly playing and then suddenly it's Syndicate. So,
But if you hit any button, it just jumps to that big screen where it says Syndicate.
yeah.
It's if you're playing, and then all of a sudden it does that, it's instantly Syndicate, and you're just fuck, okay.
Yeah.
Guess I'm done playing.
So you can't play, basically, the moral of the story.
I mean, I think people can. I didn't have any
doesn't
luck.
work.
The second time I logged in, I was looking at the guy across from me in the tank car aircraft thing, and then your whole Xbox froze. Like, I just stared at him, and I had to turn off the Xbox.
Oh,
And then I turned it in, and I got, like, all the way to the end of the game. And I would just, like, stand next to this guy, and every time he almost died, I rebooted him or whatever. I don't know.
So
I could see how it could be fun, but I was not having it.
this is the Mass Effect game?
no.
Oh.
I mean, it's the one where you have chips in your head and you can make other people. That's like
Yeah.
Mass Effect.
No. Have you played Mass Effect since?
No, because
Are you getting 2? Because I want to play 3, but I need to beat 2 before I play 3.
well, to be 1 before I beat 2.
Yeah, exactly.
But I just got frustrated because I played for 45 minutes and I died and went back to where I started.
Just save it.
Okay.
After every room.
Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna drive that stupid car around everywhere.
Did you see that what I posted on your Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mako.
Hate
It
that
was
car.
like a picture of the Mako going up a mountain and said like "fuck you" on the Mako.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the worst part of that.
Yeah. Anyway, Syndicate comes out 21st. I had a good experience with the demo.
I did.
It's like Deus Ex.
Yeah, it's kind of like the SX looking.
I think I may be over shooters.
Go on. Let's get into
I
this.
don't know
He's over shooters.
what it is. When was the last time you played a shooter that really, like, you were like, damn, this is awesome?
Deus
That
Ex.
wasn't...
Deus Ex.
Yeah, that was... Okay, besides that. I didn't end up playing that one. I don't know. I haven't played a...
You didn't play Deus Ex or Rage.
Yeah, I haven't
Well,
played...
all you've played is Battlefield and Call of Duty. Of course, I'd be sick of playing the same game every
I
year too.
haven't played a
That's why I don't play
first-person
those
shooter
anymore.
that I've really had fun in for a while.
Because you don't buy any that are good. Buy Deus Ex.
Yes.
It's probably cheap as hell now. Probably get it on
Don't we
PC on
have it?
Steam.
Yeah, I could probably get it on
I sold it
Steam.
back.
Oh.
Because
My
like, we beat
big
it
ass
at the first
computer. My computer, by the way, it crashed again. It works fine. It has about a 30-minute startup. There's nothing on the computer. Just whatever functions it has to go through to start up. It has issues.
Probably.
It takes like 30 minutes
Are
to
you sure you
start
got
up.
everything in the computer plugged in correctly? Because
Yep.
it could be trying to like pick something up.
I
and
mean, you
failing.
can have a look at it if you want, but like it crashed and I just gave up. And I turned it on and went downstairs and it like, you turn it on and the fans run and the hard drive's running, but nothing goes to the screen.
Yeah,
And then I come back 30, 45 minutes later and it's finally up.
weird.
Yeah, it's a pain.
That's why PC gaming scared me for a while. So yeah, tomorrow we also have Resident Evil Revelations for 3DS. It's like a full-fledged Resident Evil for 3DS.
I guess that would be cool if I had a 3D.
Resident Evil is the one where there's plagues and zombies.
Yes. See, he's learning.
I know, I'm learning.
Just slightly above average.
Big game tomorrow. I'm sure neither of you have heard of, entitled Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning.
Kingdoms
Where's Amala?
of Amalur?
It's made by, I forget who wrote it. It's some big screen guy that it like made the story. Some big story dude made the story. Supposedly the story's made by an important dude.
Kingdoms of what?
Amalur.
And like, you know, this is like some fantasy thing.
Yes. Kind of looks like Fable, but imagine the combat's actually really good.
It's Fable, like, I don't like, it's all cartoony and shit. Is it cartoony looking?
Kind of, but then it's super bloody and serious.
Maybe I gotta start playing that.
I'm
I'm a sucker for stupid, cheesy fantasy games.
No, I might
you,
still
you
have the
might think
demo
I'm a little
there.
Japanese girl, but I'm not.
The big news is like IGN said that they did a lot of press for them, and the speed tester to get 100% in that game, so speed running, right? 200 hours.
That's
What game?
It's 100%
sound
the game.
Which one?
incredible.
Kingdoms of Amalur.
200 hours?
I have a problem because if there's any chance that I can do 100% without like completely killing myself, I'll do it. Like
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed, the second game, like it was a kind of a challenge, but it wasn't hard, or it wasn't too ridiculous. If it's not too ridiculous, I'll do it. The Red Dead, did 100% on that. I like to go for 100%, except if they make me do 2 playthroughs. I don't care for that.
Oh yeah. No,
Mass
Kingdom of
Effect
Amalur.
makes you do like 8 playthroughs for all the achievements.
Yeah, I'm not an achievement for it. So.
I like them. They have their place.
Yeah.
Not in my house.
Shade, you would like Kingdoms of Amalur though.
Oh no, gotta go Google this later.
Well, it's kind of, it's a Skyrim, it's third person, but like, it's that style of like quests.
I
And,
haven't played Skyrim for a while.
Shane hasn't either.
Well, because
You just keep.
I never do the main mission. I do everything else besides the main mission. So I guess I'll start doing the main mission now.
And then lastly, downloadable Gotham City Imposters is coming out.
Yeah, no one cares about that.
It
Yeah,
just looks like Team Fortress 2.
with a really, really dumb use of a license.
And Batman.
I think
Just
it
little
looks
kids wearing
stupid.
Batman clothes
Yep.
and Joker clothes.
That's funny.
Whatever. campus has Super Smash Bros. Tournaments.
Cool.
You wanna play Super Smash Bros. Tournament with me?
I'm not good at that game
What?
anymore.
It's like riding a bike, Chris.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where I was never that great at riding the bike.
See, everybody has their bike that they're really good at.
Yeah,
Super
I have
Smash Bros. Is my bike.
Yeah, I have a couple bikes.
Your bike's Halo. Fuck. Does David get a special intro song, Shane?
Well,
Well,
have you guys already started talking about it?
no.
We were talking about bikes.
Bikes.
Yeah.
That's not a video game.
Yeah, you would think that. But
What's just that biker video game from the olden days where you hit people with,
Road
with
rash.
maces?
Road rash and
No,
those.
that was the Olympics.
Okay.
Olympics?
Now, if you didn't notice
There's
that,
a really good Olympics game.
we now have a fourth person in the room entitled. What's your name, sir?
I'm David.
Please speak up.
David.
I'm David.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks, man.
Me as our first guest.
Is this picking up the fan?
No.
Okay.
Maybe.
Probably. It's a new studio.
Jamie's
We're not
here.
used to the new
Now,
studio yet.
Welcome to this. What do you think of the studio?
There's lots of underwear, right?
It's a lot of underwear.
Yeah.
Sure, it was already discussed.
Anyways, we have brought David in because he is the only Final Fantasy fan of the bunch.
And I know Akira really wanted.
Yeah,
someone
we
to-
got quite the complaints online. You'll call for this. So we had to bring him in. Now you haven't actually purchased the game,
play the demo.
played the demo. What are your initial thoughts compared to other versions?
It's alright. It's alright.
That's it?
Well, it involves time travel, which is one of my favorite subjects.
Okay.
Featuring Moogles.
Noogles?
What are Moogles?
Moogles.
Are they
Oh,
they
the little like things with the red
They're
nose.
the little fat flying pigs that
That sounds like
follow
a-
Is that are Moogles in every Final Fantasy or just the?
Yeah.
They're in every Final Fantasy, but in this one they're like super featured.
Same with chocobos.
Chocobos are also going to be really
Oh,
featured.
wasn't it like Pokemon?
Oh, this
No.
one's got a little. You probably in the demo. This one has like a whole like Pokemon monster catching aspect.
Sweet.
Yeah, you showed me. It was like a big giant squirrel with crazy
And
ears.
you fought.
Oh yeah.
And you
Okay.
fought
So
them.
yeah. So once you fight monsters, you get to keep them, and then they fight for you. It's pretty sick.
And that's your third party member.
It's like
Third
Pokemon.
party member. Yeah.
And you can change them. And yeah, it's like
a
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
I heard that was
Pokemon.
one of the good things about that game.
Yeah. Pokemon, time travel, Chocobos, Moogles. It's got a lot of good stuff.
And Master.
Master Hand.
And Master Hands.
What was Master Hand?
Master
He
Hands.
fought Master Hand.
I have fought a boss and was a gigantic, invisible hand.
It was Master Hand.
Yeah, so it's just Master Hand.
Well, no, it was an invisible giant and a hand. The hand.
Trivia, Andy, where did Master Hand first appear in?
Master
Olympics game.
An Olympics game.
No.
Mario Kart.
No, Mario Paint. Come
Never
on.
played Mario Paint, man.
No one plays
All
that.
ice water.
It makes total sense, but
Why is he a bad guy?
why not?
Because you fight, there's a Mario Paint like mini game because they realized like, oh shit, we're putting out a paint game and no one's gonna care about this. So they include like a little mini game thing where you like are fly swatter and you hit bugs and then at the end a giant hand shows up.
You hit the hand.
Sounds intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So David, what are your initial impressions? Good or bad?
It was good, but the Chocobos maybe too much.
Chocobos.
I mean, no, Moogles too much.
Moogles too much.
Because they're like creepy. They're like fat little pigs flying around.
Is the combat still the same?
Yeah, combat's the same.
Same thing. So more of the same.
It's not more the same. It's got time travel.
And Trubus.
And
Moogles.
And Bakos.
Jesus Christ, this kid.
Moo-moos.
Oh, okay. Alright, final subject. We're going into state of game.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Give our intro music for state of the game.
I feel like State of the Game should be like a State of the Game.
Wait, it's not called state of game, it's state of play. My bad.
What?
We're going into our new intro.
You fucked up your
What's it
own.
called?
State of play.
It should be like State of Play.
There
Then like
we go.
explosions.
That's
Nah, that's stupid.
Okay, well give us a new one.
No, that's okay. That's all. Yeah, that's it.
Are we gonna have to replicate this intro every single time now?
No, we there could be like little buttons.
Oh.
State of play.
Well, like I think on this computer I can like play music on it with the keyboard.
Oh,
Like make my own music.
I believe it. I believe you can do that.
So I can like play the synthesizer later though. I don't know how to do it right
Can
now.
I learn about some state of play?
You can learn about some state of play. Our state of play subject today. Chris has handpicked this one. Ready?
Yeah.
Ready, Shane?
Yeah.
Andy?
Yeah.
You're ready.
Mm-hmm.
Originality in sequels. Are there too many sequels and not enough original IPs? Let me give the little intro now. So, of course, we've gotten into the threes now. Recently, I mean, we had the Halo 3, Gears of War 3, Mass
There's
Effect
like 5.
3. Well, yeah, but come on, Resistance 3, God of War 3, Uncharted 3. It just keeps going. Anyways.
Well, that's the classic trilogy. It's been happening in all kinds of media for the last hundreds of years.
Yeah, but then you get stuff like... The point is that... Let me just give you the factoid here that Chris came up with. Of course, this is a Wikipedia list of games, so obviously it's skipped. But it skipped some. But because between the winter period, 82 games came out. Okay?
Yes.
Only 6 were not associated with a license, a previous franchise, or a re-release. Only 6 were new IPs.
What are the 6?
There's more than 6. There's 7.
Oh my gosh.
What are the 7?
Rage, Orcs Must Die, Payday the
Orcs
Heist,
Must Die was awesome.
Rocksmith. Oh wait, there is 6. The Dungeon Defenders and Minecraft official release.
Well,
And as you can notice, only
Minecraft is that little thing that the blocky cartoons run around? It's
yes,
been out for years.
only 2 of them, Rage and Rocksmith, are actually like publisher released. And this actually comes out in Bill Schaefer, Brutal Legend. Do you like that game, Andy?
Bill
it was
Schaefer.
totally whatever.
Okay.
If it had nothing to do with metal, I would have not cared one bit what I was doing.
Well, his game company, Double Fine, came out.
Oh, you're so hardcore. That's the most
No.
hardcore thing I ever heard you say.
Oh.
Saying that's what drew me into it, not the fact that Jack Black was in it, but if it had nothing to do with metal, I would have it had like little inside jokes for metalheads and stuff, but otherwise it was totally whatever.
Are you a metalhead?
No, I'm an indie pop kid.
Anyways, he's known for making very creative original games.
Isn't he Psychonauts?
Anyone who calls himself a metalhead is not a metalhead.
Okay, new
That's
fact,
true at
listeners,
all.
write that down.
That's not true.
Everyone write that down. Anyone who calls himself a metalhead is
That's not true at all. It's wrong.
So anyways, he's known for very creative original titles, and he actually came out this morning and stated they've now, Double Fine has moved strictly to a downloadable, minus they came out with the Sesame Street Connect game that was retail. But they've come out with just a bunch of downloadable games, and he recently said they did this strictly because of it's so hard to produce a new IP because of the publisher, which makes sense because they want.
Things that are
Are gonna sell.
to generate money.
But that comes into the point of originality. Shane, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think
Sequels, too many of them, bad, good.
it's good or bad in this situation.
Do we need a Resident Evil 6?
Yes.
Okay, do we need a Final Fantasy 13
No,
too?
but that's because we don't like it. No, put it in terms of God of War. Like probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite. I would be totally fine every 2 to 3 years getting another God of War
Okay.
because
But
it's
do you
original.
care about Mr. Kratos?
Yeah, he's awesome.
But what if it wasn't Kratos? What if it was someone else that has the same type of game?
Like Dante's Inferno.
Yeah.
Is the reason why you like God of War so much because of the story and the characters, or because of the game?
Yes.
So if they made it so...
I played Dante's Inferno, which is essentially God of War, and while it was very cool within its own right, it was nowhere near God of War.
Now, for example, remember the first time you played God of War? And how awesome and new that was?
Yeah. I'm saying I would love to have new things like that, but certain franchises, I'm totally fine if they keep continuing. When you think about like Shadow Colossus and Ico or Eco or whatever everybody calls it, those are like individual, really awesome games
Yes.
within their own. But when you think about not having another God of War, that bums me out. Like I want to play more God of War.
See, the problem is that's all fine and dandy, but the fact that the time it takes to make that sequel restricts them from making a new...
That's why I'm conflicted. Like I would
Original
love to
game.
have new games, but it's like the games that I really like, I want more of. Like, I only played that third Uncharted, and I've just started the second one, but I'm going to finish that one, I'm going to play the first one, and I'm going to want more.
Yeah.
Because those play more like movies. And, like, you get accustomed to the characters and the situations and the settings and what goes on, and it's awesome, and you want to know more.
That's why I think like developers come out from the beginning and say they're making a trilogy and that's it.
Yeah.
To restrict these things. Also, I was listening to a TV podcast yesterday and they were actually talking about
Well,
a lot of these things they believe wouldn't be. For example, like they were talking about the Battleship movie.
Mm-hmm.
They said that probably only got made because of the license. Meaning
Yeah,
that like this guy probably came and said like, I want to make this movie with battleships that shoot aliens. They're like, cool, the only way we'll get like funding for that is if we have Hasbro give us the battleship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, at the same time, for example, like Rayman Origins came out, and that's a Rayman game. But it's like, kind of like, minus like old Rayman.
Mm-hmm.
Like, side-scroller Rayman. But like, it essentially could have been a completely different game.
Mm-hmm.
But then they have to like, publishers have to like tack on.
Yeah, because I mean,
Like-
it's guaranteed you're going to get all those Raymond fans who,
Yeah.
who
Well,
like the
all
old
four
one.
of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, the trilogy thing you said, Mass Effect they always said is going to be a trilogy, right?
Yes.
But then, did you see that they were saying to keep your saved games?
Yeah, well, that was...
Because they were like, they didn't tell you why, but it's like,
Yeah,
wink,
people
hey,
were-
keep your saved games.
Yeah, well, that also came out because people were saying, like, maybe because there was probably going to be DLC.
Yeah,
But, I don't know, a lot of times
when
they do
Mass
this...
Effect 3 sells, X millions of copies, how are they not going to want to do another one?
Yeah, a lot of times they do this thing where they announce a trilogy and then later they go back and say, like, oh, we just said that was the end of Shepard's story.
Yeah.
I mean, there could be a Mass Effect 4, but that's the end of Shepard's story, you know? Like, that's what they said with
did
God of
Halo.
War.
Yeah, and that's what they did with Halo.
Yeah, now it's a whole new trilogy.
Yeah.
So get me started on that.
But I mean, like, it's hard for them to drop those things because it's such a business right now, but then...
Yeah.
So, I'm totally fine. Like, if they just kept making Uncharted and God of Wars, that's fine with me. That company they can just only do that, but...
Well, it's just that, yeah, well, I mean, if this 82 games came out, only 6 or...
That sucks, though. That's not cool.
And all of them are, like, re-releases, a revival of the franchise. Like, Deus Ex is a revival franchise of a game from a long time ago. Syndicate is a random revival. That's why I think, like, Syndicate probably was a different game.
Mm-hmm.
And then, with, like, concepts of, like, hacking people's brains. And they're like, oh, we have a Syndicate IP from a decade ago. And they just, like, kind of, like, say, like, build that game for this,
Yeah.
is what I'm guessing.
I don't know. It's a hard thing between business and what you actually want, because you need to sell you need to make things that you know are going to sell, but then we're never going to get Shadow of the Colossus's style or fun things like that.
I know you're the business side of things. What do you think?
As long as it's making money, then keep making sequels.
Oh yeah, I mean,
People are going to buy them, and that can also, and then that way, that you can use that money to fund original projects.
like nobody's doing
That
that.
no one's doing that.
Because why would you do that? Why would you do something that takes too much work and no one's going to buy it?
Exactly, and that's what we're saying. The state of play. See what I did there?
Yeah.
The state of play is hurt by this.
As a gamer, you need and want those new things. In
Remember
those
when
games. That's why Minecraft was such a huge
Yeah.
thing, because when had you played something like that?
Minecraft is a blocky one when you hit this up.
Yes.
Yes.
I still don't understand that game and why people actually play it. It looks like it's for
12-year-olds, not even,
Oh,
like 6-year-olds.
a lot of our fans are going to get mad at that one, folks.
We were popular, man.
Oh.
You get hate mail,
You get hate mail.
death threats.
When we become really big and they go back and listen to original episodes and they hear that, oh.
We're gonna make
I've
little.
never played it before. It just looks like
you're gonna make little pictures of you in Minecraft and then
it
burn
looks
it
like
all
that game I
down.
used to
Yeah.
play. It looks like that little Lego game, Lego Island. They used to play.
Oh.
Lego Island, sorry, is awesome. So
Still, you're hurting my... Oh, Shane, you're
you
in
went
trouble.
back down to the average.
So state of play bad.
And, yes, well, I mean, that's what we always say. I mean, Call of Duty comes out every year.
Yeah, that sucks though.
I mean, it's just like, if you look at, like, Shane, first time you played Assassin's Creed, you're pretty stoked, right?
It's still fun.
No,
Yeah.
I don't care about it anymore.
But, like, I mean, it's like when it first came out, you're like, this is nice. Remember when we first played Deus Ex, even though it wasn't, like, brand new, it's nice to have something fresh for
Yeah.
once.
That was very fresh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's it.
See you next time.
What are we doing next time, Shane?
We're talking about. Well, first of all, we're going to have a new state of play segment. And we're going to be talking about other things.
He actually did well this time. It's actually kind of factual, unlike
Yes.
last time and the time before that. Alright, that's it. We're out. Stay out.
Out.
Andy.
Meow. Master hand, master hand. Perfect time for my tiny tower, yeah.